Okay, hello. I want to introduce you guys to another Pay It Forward leader. This is Caden Stevens. He's a Pay It Forward leader. Why don't you tell the people about yourself a little bit?
No, you don't want to?
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell myself. I'm not gonna tell private information that nobody else is allowed to know.
Can you not put your foot in the
It's on
camera, please?
It could
YouTube.
be.
Everybody's gonna know.
So, hey, I wanted to tell a story about... Please don't do that, come on. I wanted to tell a story about our oldest son, Kimani, who you have yet to meet. And maybe some of you have met him, but... and I actually posted this on my Facebook, but it was something really interesting that happened to him. When he was in the 6th grade, his teacher asked him what race he was, and he said, human. And she said, no, really, what race are you? I mean, her jaw just dropped. And she was like, no, really, what race are you? And Kimani said, no, really, I'm human. And she was so awed by his response. She ended up pulling him out into the hall, and went out in the hall and had a long conversation about just race relations in Portland. And it's just the fact that we don't all know that we're all human, that we don't all recognize each other as human beings.
As living beings.
As living beings. It's bizarre, you know.
But we do.
But even as humans, I mean, when we go to the dog park, we take our dogs to the dog park all the time. And all the dogs there seem to know that they're all dogs, so I mean, it's scary to think that we don't all recognize ourselves as human and recognize the needs of a human being. And then, you know, that translates into us not understanding the needs of living beings, of the living beings around us. And we've stopped appreciating, you know, how wonderful life can be. And it's, you know, in movies and stuff, we'll create all these like different creatures and with these different worlds. And I think that we've kind of stopped appreciating, like, you can come to planet Earth and your best friend can be a dog, you know, or a cat, or, you know,
or a horse.
Yeah, we can.
Or a giraffe. Or an
right.
elephant.
And then we talk about, oh, you know, we're looking for life in outer space when there's this life here. We haven't even found all the life here yet.
I mean, just look at the Discovery Channel. I mean, we're constantly studying the beings that are already here.
Yeah,
you know, there's so much to learn about them. But what we really have stopped doing is we've stopped appreciating them.
And just appreciating the fact that they're here. And we've stopped definitely appreciating each other, because all we see on this planet is businesses that make money. And I think that's really, really sad. Even all the churches that you see everywhere, I mean, they've just become businesses. I mean, everybody's got their hand out asking for this money. Everybody thinks that the money's going to solve problems, and it doesn't.
It just creates more problems.
Well, we have another little story. For a time when we started doing this movement, Renee would go downtown and he would talk to people, talk to lots of different people, and there were moments where he felt compelled to just open up his wallet and give away $1, you know, give away $5, whatever, because he, you know, and he came home and he'd just be like, they need it. But then we had an experience together where we were downtown and we were talking to a couple of people talking to a guy about Pay It Forward, and he said to me, you know, he still wanted $1, because you get that a lot, because there's a lot of homeless people and a lot of people, you know, begging basically for money. And you know, I was talking to him and we were having a genuine human interaction, and then I gave him the $1 because he asked for it in a really clever way. And but then another guy came up behind him and he wanted $1, and it ruined the whole entire interaction. And the two men ended up being upset at each other. The guy who got the $1 from us was mad at the other guy for breaking in and asking for $1 because because basically I was saying to the guy that he didn't need the money, and And he was like, no, I don't need it. I just need a little bit of it. And I was like, so he ended up giving the dollar to the other guy and then basically being upset that this guy took his dollar. And then I just realized at that point, like, money doesn't solve anything. I mean, because you always...
It just makes more problems.
It just makes more problems. Like, in this world, you always need more and more and more. So the wealthy people, me and Renee have talked about this, I mean, the money you take the value out of yourself and you put it onto the money. That's what we do on this planet. And then we are easily placed in someone's back pocket
and all of a sudden,
we can't find our value.
The value or the appreciation that you're supposed to be getting, your money is getting.
And so that's why somebody like, take somebody like Phil Knight, like he can't find his value because his value is literally locked away in a bank.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't.
It all exists in numbers somewhere in the cloud. It doesn't exist in him. He can't see it in himself.
Exactly.
So he needs more and more money to feel like he's valuable. But really, what we need people to do is just be looking at themselves and thinking, "Oh, I am valuable."
So that's and that's why it's very dangerous to place your value onto anything else other than within yourself.
Yeah, even resources. If we were to take the value out of money and let's say put it into gold, that's still not saying that you matter.
Or put it into anything, or just put it.
The value should never be on anything other than you.
Not the things that
and money are the same thing.
Well, Kaden makes a point.
Basically.
He says gold and money are the same thing, but
No, they're not. Gold is
It's a resource.
It's a resource.
Something that can be used for something. It's a good conductor of electricity.
Right.
You can use it for buying.
You can use it for decoration.
No, it's not. You don't want to use anything for buying because, I mean, we as human beings
Should be worth,
and all the living beings
you
on the
being
planet.
a living being should be worth everything that you need to be happy and healthy on this planet. And that's all you should. You're a living being. Oh, you just get what you need.
Yeah, and when you give people what they need, then they're able to contribute and they're
freely,
and they feel good about themselves.
They feel good about themselves because they feel valuable.
Yeah, so
this
if we're making things and we're making all this stuff, we're building all this stuff, we're creating all these things, we just need to let people have it for free. Like if somebody needs a service,
abundance of things after the agricultural revolution, after the industrial revolution, we've been making things on a mass scale. When we have a problem like this, the organs, 3D printing the organs, when we have a problem, we're constantly thinking of ingenuitive ways to fix the problem. But we're just not letting each other benefit from them freely. And so this is what we're actually talking about. This is the premise, this is the basis of a free access socio-economic system.
Wait, we're going to make a separate video, so that'll be right on the next episode. Okay? We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.